Interesting, social media now and the severity and the immediacy of responses. Here now with a more reasoned yet no less immediate response is our good friend James Hirsen, author of the Left Coast Report, who fittingly joins us Skyping in from La La Land. So James, these comments on social media, just brutal. What does this mean to her career?
I don't think it means much to her career. Her primary career is on Broadway. And on Broadway, singers are known for being organic and hitting some of these, shall we say, sour notes. But we live in an era of technology generically known as auto-tune. And young people are not used to hearing singers that are human beings that actually hit wrong notes. And so it sounds far worse than it actually is. And a lot of the performers that were performing on New Year's Rockin' Eve were singing along with tapes of themselves or singing through technology that instantly corrected any wrong pitch. And to her credit, Menzel was singing organically. So it's kind of refreshing for me. I have a music background, to hear a human being singing a wrong note in public. That's a refreshing thing.
Now, James, having said that you have a musical background, it's the middle of winter. Isn't it very difficult for singers to perform outside under those conditions?
Well, that's true, especially the way they're dressed in many cases.
Right.
And of course, this is, you know, we're talking about a song from the highest grossing animated film. It's become iconic. And I'm sure, you know, the millions of young girls in particular that love Frozen, they had their own mental pitch correction, and it probably didn't bother them at all.
Well, let me ask you, because, James, in politics, you're always told to respond and have an answer. And Menzel took to Twitter defending her performance, saying there are about 3 million notes in a 2.5-hour musical. Being a perfectionist, it took me a long time to realize that if I'm hitting 75% of them, I'm succeeding. Was it smart for her to tweet a fairly assertive response?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily bad to respond if you're really getting beaten up in social media. But that particular response, I don't think was that great, because she's sort of acknowledging that means, you know, 25% of her notes are not right. And it's not good for an icon of Broadway to do that. That being said, you go to any Broadway play and listen to the singers, and in many cases, they're not hitting notes at all. I mean, they're just kind of speaking out the parts. And so a play is a different kind of thing. And that's what she, in her same statement, she talked about her connection to her audience. And it's obvious that by the success of everything she's been in, going all the way back to Rent, that she is connecting. And that's her emphasis. So that part of her statement, I think, was good. The percentages I wouldn't have put in there.
Yeah, and as you're talking about connecting with the audience, we're looking at video of girls singing right along with her that song. When we only have a few seconds left, and we're going to be coming back. We're going to talk about some of the top film releases. We're anxious to hear what you are looking forward to coming out in 2015. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and when you come back, since we're doing entertainment, James, it's important for me to make our own entertainment note right here, having to do with the way people watch us. For example, you can watch a streaming video at newsmaxtv.com, but we're also on 2 different satellite services. DirecTV has us on channel 349. On Dish Network, you see us on channel 223. But if you're on Dish, you might be watching us right now on channel 206. That was the channel previously reserved. You might be watching us right now on channel 206. That was the channel previously reserved us, and we hope you'll continue to do so. Back to talk about movies with James Hirsen next.